مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Inshallah, we'll continue our discussion regarding the angels of Allah Ta'ala, Al-Malaikatul Kiram. Allah, it's mentioned, the ayah, it's mentioned in the Holy Qur'an, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ كَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ, which means that the angels were ordered to bow down in prostration. They bowed down, literally, like when we make namaz, when we make salat. And this bowing of theirs, this prostration of theirs was not worship. Allah would never ask anyone to worship anyone besides Himself. Allah Ta'ala does not order us to worship anyone except Him. And Allah is the only one who deserves to be worshipped. But Allah ordered the angels to bow down in respect for Prophet Adam. And the scholars of Islam said this shows the high darajat of Prophet Adam alayhi salam. And this shows that his darajat, his status, his maqam, his sharaf is higher than that of the angels, which are kiramim barara, which are very pious slaves of Allah Ta'ala. And so the angels were ordered to prostrate, and they did. And then it says, Illa Iblis, which means except Iblis. Iblis is the shaitan. The father of all the jinn is the shaitan, Iblis. And the father of all the humans is Prophet Adam, alayhi salam. And Iblis, alayhi la'natullah, used to be a Muslim. And he was in the company of the angels. He was in the company of the angels. And that's why in the Qur'an, when it's mentioned, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ, it says, we ordered, meaning Allah ordered the angels to prostrate to Adam. It was speaking about the majority. The majority of those present were the angels. And amongst the angels, with the angels, was a jinn named, and he's the father of all the jinn. His name was Azazil, and now we call him Iblis or Shaitan, or he has many other names which are Waswas. He has many other names which are abhorrent. They reflect his arrogant attitude. And Iblis said that, and it mentions in this ayah in Surah Al-Kahf, ayah number 50, that kana min al-jinni, he was a jinn. So this is a clear proof that the shaitan, la'natullahi alayhi, was not an angel. Because it says, kana min al-jinni, فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. And so he disobeyed the order of his Lord. And the reason why the shaitan disobeyed, and this was the first kufr, the first disbelief that was committed amongst the creation. And he did that because of his arrogance, his takabbur. He believed that he was better than Adam. And because he was made from fire, and Prophet Adam alayhi salam was made from teen, from soil or clay, he believed that he was better. And this goes to show us that if we are ordered, this goes to teach us that we should be humble. We should be humble, and we should know our position. And if we're ordered to do something by Allah Ta'ala, we better do it for our own good. Allah Ta'ala does not need our worship. Allah Ta'ala does not need the angels. Allah Ta'ala does not need the prophets, but we need Allah. The prophets need Allah. The angels need Allah. And when you're ordered by Allah to pray, and when you're ordered by Allah to do something, and you have a sense of arrogance because of what you're ordered to do, you're actually insulting Allah, because you're insulting His wisdom and His orders. And this is a sign of disbelief. This is a sign of kufr. This is what made Adam, this is what made Iblis alayhi la'natullah become a non-believer. This is what made him fall from the mercy of Allah. The meaning of Iblis, ublisa ar rahmatillah. He's far away from the rahmah, from the mercy of Allah. What's the mercy of Allah? Jannah and guidance and iman. This is the mercy of Allah. The shaitan is far away, and we know without a doubt that he will never become Muslim. And he works very hard to misguide the people away from Islam, but the ones who Allah Ta'ala protected and willed to be strong will not fall prey to his devilish, to his ways of misguidance and deception. Going back to the angels, the shaitan was not a fallen angel as claimed by the Christians, by many Christians I've met, or all of the literature that I've wrote, that I've read, that I've came across about Christianity. The shaitan was not a fallen angel, but rather the Qur'an teaches us كَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ. He was a jinn, he is a jinn. فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. And the jinn, they believe and they disbelieve. They have a choice. They are male and they are female. And their father is a kafir, is a non-believer. And most of the jinn are non-believers also. Just as the case is with the humans. Most of the humans are non-believers. And amongst the jinn there are very pious Muslims. There are awliya, but there are not prophets. The prophets are only between the sons of Adam, between the Muslim men from the sons of Adam, as we know from the Qur'an and the Sahih Hadith. So, going back to the angels are created from light. خُلِقُوا مِن نُور. They are not male and female. They are not male or female. They don't reproduce. They don't have children, of course. They don't sleep. They don't get tired to sleep. And they don't eat. And the angels do have wings. Some have 2, some have 3, some have 4, some have 600, some have more. Angel Jibreel alayhi salam was known to have 600 wings. And when Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam saw Jibreel in his true and real form, the Prophet Muhammad fainted, because he had never seen anything so great, so big in size. And the Prophet was astonished. He was amazed. But the next time, his heart was stronger and he could take it. He was able to bear that greatness. When you see something great, there are times, there are people, they're in the delivery room with their wives, they see the baby come out and they faint, because they've never seen that. And they're amazed, they're astonished. And it's not it's not a weakness in the Prophet Muhammad's character that he fainted when he saw the great size of Jibreel, but it is something that relates to the human nature. Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam was a human, and the angels are their honorable creations of Allah. They have wings, as I said. They have many different jobs or tasks or duties that they carry out. Some angels, their task is to give the salam to Rasulullah. If you say as-salatu was-salamu alayk, alayka ya Rasulullah, or you say Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam, or you say as-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah, there are angels. If you're in Al-Madinah, if you're right next to the maqam, to to the mazar, to the grave of Rasulullah, he can hear you by the will of Allah directly. Prophet Muhammad can hear you directly. And if you give him salam, he returns his salam, even though you hear not, even though you do not hear. But from a distance, like here we're in America, we're in Arizona in the United States, if one says with a sincere ikhlas, with the proper intention, he says salam to Rasulullah, the angel goes all the way to Al-Madinah and says, for example, so and so has sent you his salam. And Rasulullah says, wa alaykumus salam.